Bye-bye love, bye-bye freedom, and hello hatred in the party of division, separation, and creation of socialism. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, August the 8th. My goodness gracious, we are in August already. And what a week in the markets. And another slam bang, new highs, and lots of stuff going on. And of course, between the Olympics crap and other ways of eliminating our freedoms, we continue to hopefully to try to rise above, but it's getting tougher and tougher as they strip the middle class of their money and their freedom. This is Bubba's Bottom Line, and of course it is brought to you today by Tradier Brokerage, one of our brokerage partners. I have many other brokers, but of course Tradier is one, and yesterday I did a hedging webinar, which is very good for Tradier because, of course, we have the ability to automate if you choose. It is not a requirement. It is not something you have to do. It is just an option to you. There is a membership fee for the software for the hedging, not for the equity portfolios. That is free. But again, through the hedging class, you can actually have everything automated if you choose, if you want to trade through Tradier. If not, no big deal. But at $10 a month, how could you not want to trade through them? But that is entirely up to you, as I myself have other brokers. That is Tradier Brokerage. In the meantime, here we have it. And of course, the stripping of the middle class. And where does the money go? It goes to the all and powerful Oz. It goes to the big money. Okay. This is why the big cash supports a socialism agenda, because they end up with the capital. All right. So, you know, the freedoms between the social media companies that destroy us and between everybody in the world that's trying to destroy us. And then, of course, the administration that we have in place right now, okay, is continuing on the path. And say what you will. Okay, you can blame it all on President Trump if you want, but say what you will. But this is the party that did destruct all the small business. This is the party that only wants free money and not work for it. This is the party that would love to get one more shutdown so they could bring in universal income. Say as you will, but those are facts that cannot be disputed. Now, I know I'll get hate mail, and I don't really care. Give me hate mail if you believe differently. Okay, if you're happy with what's going on here, okay, and certainly what they're letting happen in Israel with the Hezbollah bombing again. And of course, where's President Biden? Standing mute as usual. Okay, because he hates Israel. Him and Obama, they all hated Israel. So why would we care? This is a problem that never made any sense to me. But you've got an administration now that will not lift one finger to help Israel, and is making it much more of a challenge to do anything else. And of course, now with the mutant, the new, the COVID worst wave, okay, with the variant. Now, I don't know what exists in the variant. I don't know how bad or what trouble it will cause. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I will tell you that from the walk of the world that I come from and people that I see, I don't know a lot of people that are having a great deal of trouble. I know a few that got sick for a day or two and are back and fine. I don't know. Listen, I believe that this whole COVID was a bunch of crap to begin with. I believe that it was sent over from China almost as a form of chemical warfare. So I don't know. And I do not have the answers, but that is my personal opinion, that the left would like to get one more shutdown because they would love nothing more than to buy the rest of the votes by giving out universal income, okay, to everybody, so you can have a bunch more people sitting on their ass. And of course, if we look at Friday's jobs report, a big booming jobs number, okay, but again, we still have stimulus. We still have too many people that refuse to go to work, too many help wanted signs, and companies paying much bigger money, much higher than the minimum wage, and they still can't get help. Okay. So again, you can do the math if you want to weigh it against what you actually make, but do you actually want to sit home, or do you want to create an opportunity for yourself to move further. The people that want to stay home have no sight and no future anyways. So if you want to sit home instead of go to work because you think it's more money, well, you're losing out on a lot of potential goodwill and a lot of potential promotions should that be your desire. Okay, if you want to be a minimum wage worker all your life, well, you have no desire and you have no drive. So that is entirely up to you. Okay, but, we have those who want to be capitalists and those who want to work and make more money to live a better life instead of living from stimulus check to stimulus check or paycheck to paycheck. Okay. I think that, if you want to have a better life, then you need to work and you need to work hard to get there. Okay. Those that want to stay home and collect welfare and nothing, hey, whatever. Okay. Obviously, I'm a fan of helping those that cannot help themselves, but we know there's too many that are gaming the system, so to speak. And some are probably working for cash and still taking the money. So, what can I tell you? It is what it is. But people that want to work and they're happy, they would take a pay cut to stay home and work. And of course, the companies, which is going to be, I think, one of the problems in the real estate industry coming forward, is that we're not going to have the same demand for office space, even in the major cities, even in New York, where they are having people come back to work, which makes sense. But there's still not the same volume of people that don't need to be face to face or pressing the flesh, as they say, will not come back. There's no reason for them to come back. And why should the company pay the money? Okay. But as we continue to hear the no inflation story, although the Fed has started to potentially recognize that there's some inflation, be prepared to see every cost go much higher, especially anything that comes out of China, because shipping costs are going to go to Pluto. Okay. China is partially shut down right now. B, the cost of fuel, everything is so much higher and it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. Now, is China shut down legitimately because there is some outbreak there, or are they shut down because they want to create higher prices? There's always a question when it comes to China, because we know their numbers are suspect every single month that they send them out. We already see what's going on with some of their companies, and we've seen a number of them create false returns, false paperwork, only to get found out later. Now, again, I'm not accusing them. I mean, I think BUBBA'S a good company, but we'll see. But there's always issues, even right here in the good old US of A. There are companies that are fishy. So let's not get carried away with it's only China. Okay. But China's numbers are always suspect. But of course, as are ours. You heard the Friday's jobs number, you can bet your ass that there's going to be an adjustment in the next month. Okay, so when we have the new jobs come out in September for August, they'll make an adjustment down like they make up. So the government numbers are about as worthless as those things on a bull, because at the end of the day, you cannot get a straight answer, which is why the only two accurate reports that you ever get from an economic, and I don't care, I don't look at them, I could care less. But the only two reports that are accurate are the ISM services and ISM manufacturing, because those are private. Okay. And they are accurate to what is the economy is reflecting. Okay. But I think there's something to be said here. Consumer credit, record highs. Okay. Which means revolving debt and regular debt is grown to a record. Now, of course, part of that is the no inflation that we don't have, right? We've got housing, still booming in certain areas, not where I am, because I can't sell my house, but nobody wants it. But it is booming, like even right here in Las Vegas. I mean, houses don't sell for the price they're offered. They sell for 25 to 30% over the price. In fact, offers come in over listed. It's interesting. But again, that is also the sign of a potential bubble. Now, again, we're not calling a top to the market. Okay, we're not predicting, but it is a sign that we are bubblicious here a little bit, and kind of some urges here. And of course, God bless Joe Manchin, who is urging the Fed to start to taper more quickly, because again, he can recognize what is going on. Now, you're going to have supposedly we have a bill passed in the Senate for the $1 trillion infrastructure package, which is probably 1/10 of that is for actual infrastructure and the rest is for crap. And for the politicians, both parties, to steal away, just like the debt ceiling, another ridiculous portion of what we do. And of course, this is today's government. It's what can we steal from the American people? What can we take off the top that we can just pass off and pay more taxes on? But, the debt is going to be an issue. We always forget about debt, and eventually it becomes a problem. And then it becomes a problem to the lender. And then, of course, the Fed does something dumb once again and bails out businesses. Now, why can't I get that? I want my business, if it goes bad, to be bailed out by the Federal Reserve. Oh, but they won't do that. Okay. So anyways, this eviction moratorium. Now, there's jobs available. People can work. Why should a landlord who is depending on that income and that revenue not be able to collect? And if he cannot collect, or he or she, why can't they evict somebody? It's long enough. The eviction, again, this is the whole weakness of what this country is turning into. Okay. And wait till we talk about the Olympics later. Okay. But this is what we're turning into: a bunch of lazy, nothing, whatever we can get for free. Okay. And, in the meantime, the Fed wants to keep interest rates, which is you don't think the banks are over leveraged now already? Look, they always pass the stress test, but I'd love to see a real stress test. To me, I think they got no chance. Again, these are my opinions. I think they have no chance to pass it. And of course, we got the story of the Baltimore professor selling grades, math grades. I mean, really? This is what we come down to, that you can buy your grade and you can look better so you can get a job that you're not qualified for and then have to get fired and start over again. And, look, at the end of the day, I understand the competition, and this is one of the bigger problems, when it comes to universities is, hey, the dollars, how much do they want to charge you? I had 2 kids just finished, a couple of years ago. It was $500,000 cash for 2 kids to go to school. No tax break. It's just obviously, and why college tuition, they make such a big deal about it. Why is it not deductible? I have no idea. Okay. But I think the big issue here as well is the mandatory vaccination. Now, look, I'm vaccinated. I couldn't wait to get it. And I think it's a good thing. However, I still believe that in the United States of America, if you don't want to get vaccinated, you shouldn't have to. Now, the only time that I think that it should be mandated, okay, is for children, like they do with many of the vaccines that have to be administered. You have to prove that you had them before the kids are allowed to go to school, because now you're affecting many others. But I think as adults, we do have the rights, I think, to make a decision. I don't know if I'm right or wrong with my opinion, but it is my opinion. But look, I wish everybody would get vaccinated. I think it would be better. But if there's people that don't want it, why should we have to force them? You can't force them to take medicine. You can't force them to do anything if they're conscious. So why should we force them to get vaccinated? I know many people that don't want to get vaccinated, and I don't care. Again, I think that's a freedom of choice. I think it's no different than, somebody wants to smoke pot illegally. Hey, it's not illegal anymore, but whatever you want to do. Look, it's your life. You're free. You can do what you need to do. Okay. So I think there's a lot of issues. And again, this is just another part of becoming a socialist, more of a dictatorship type of government. Okay. And this is, again, as we opened up, it was more of the strip mining of the middle class. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, August the 8th. And of course, we are brought to you by another one of our brokerage partners, Capital Trading Group, CTG. And again, listen, I have many brokers myself, and I always give you full disclosure. But for me and for my money and for my members, the only one I've approved for letter of direction trading is the Capital Trading Group, CTG, because their customer service is second to none. Okay. They take care of my members. They take care of all my accounts. Okay. They've got other managed futures products. If you want to check them out, look, again, as I tell you, you can trade anywhere you want. I don't care. But they're the only ones that will get this trade signals that can do it via letter of direction. Okay. So if you want that, great. If not, hey, you broker where you want. This is Bubba Trading is still free America. Okay. In the meantime, if you want any information, go to info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, our great relationship with family farms. As you know, I was there a week ago, and a lot of great farmers. And, look, our goals are aligned to help farmers manage the capital and protect and let them do what they do best, which is farming and create. And again, I think it's a wonderful relationship, and I might have some good news for some farmers. I might be able to, there's some funding deals I'm working on for the farming industry, so we'll see what goes on there. In the meantime, our commodity report, Hecht report, the Technomental, which is written by Andy Hecht, and look, it is the best commodity report ever written. The guy's got 40 years in trading commodities from the retail side to the commercial side to the physical side. It's called Technomental. Check it out at BubbaTrading.com, and our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And this week will be interesting. What am I trying to say? Introducing a new metals partner for physical silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, and we'll give you more details as the week goes on. And if you'd like to see a copy of yesterday's hedging webinar, feel free to email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horowitz. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line, Todd Bubba Horowitz. And of course, this is our market report. And the market report is brought to you by our friends and partners at CTG Group, Capital Trading Group. And of course, as I tell you, I have many brokers, but they are the only ones I've authorized for letter direction. They do trade all of my accounts. They also have great customer service, plus some great products that you may be interested in. Check them out. Go to info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And the Dow and the indexes. Higher, higher, higher. New highs in the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, not the Russell, but all four major indices made new high. Well, all three have made new highs. All four were higher of the week. We're still long everything but the Russell. We are still short the Russell, but it's getting much closer to a potential reversal. Okay. So again, it looks the way things are running, it looks like we'll be reversing back to the long side in the Russell as well. In the bonds and note markets, and the reason I'm bringing those up second today is the big jobs number on Friday created a huge sell-off in bonds and notes. Now, before we get nervous, it does mean rates are rising based on the futures trade on Friday. But that doesn't mean tonight, tomorrow, they're not going to come right back and forget about that. So this is, but as I've said all along, I felt the bond vigilantes were waiting for an opportunity, and this might be it, especially with Jackson Hole coming up. But in the meantime, we are still at the moment long notes and bonds. Okay. Gold, silver, and platinum got cracked. What a beatdown. Now, gold, unfortunately, we reversed a week ago. Okay. And of course, it went down every day. And now we're going to reverse back tonight or tomorrow. Okay. And, look, it's one of those things. It's not that big a deal. It's just part of, trend trading, but it looks ugly. It does look bad. And this is the concern I had when we had to get long it. But again, I don't use my emotion or my opinion, but it looked pretty bad. And silver looks horrendous. Okay. Silver looks like it's got a chance to go down to 21 or 22 now. But 24 is the next major level. And platinum, as I said last Sunday, look for platinum to go below 1,000, and here it is. And now, don't be surprised if it goes below 900. It is, right now, the metals are on a free roll to the downside, and there's like nothing in the way that seems to ready to stop it yet. Now, someday it will. And again, I'm a big believer and would certainly be a buyer of physical, but from a future standpoint, sure, that's where we are as we stand today. Natural gas, continues to defy logic and go higher. We're still long. Copper is under some pressure. Okay. It had a down week, and crude oil, which we are now short, got pummeled. Okay. Now, it's interesting. I think, there is always room to go to the downside, just like there's always room to go to the upside. the one thing you always want to remember is that this energy policy could still keep prices higher artificially for a while. But you are seeing now the real selling kick in. So we are short. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I mean, certainly it ain't going back to 35 anytime soon, which is where it should be. Okay. The dollar was higher and we are short. And, as you look and around at the markets, okay, I mean, again, we are in the true dog days of summer, slow trade. A small order in today's market could look like a big order, okay, which is always the concern because that action creates somewhat of a vacuum and markets move much faster than they would normally move. And that's the problem with illiquidity, okay? Now, as we take a look at the grains, we are short corn, short beans, and long wheat, okay? Corn was slightly higher on the week, but really choppy. Beans are lower and wheat was higher. Now, if we go back and look, wheat was the originator and broke out the first time before everything else. Maybe that's the story again. I'd love to be long them, but I will trade, obviously, the formula and the algorithms that we have. But, from a long-term standpoint, but what I do know is that when they do turn, we will be long. So just like we caught the run from 3.5 to 6, we'll catch the next run too. Okay. So it's not a problem. But again, so they look okay though. I mean, certainly I don't think there's devastation there yet. In the meats, hogs look pretty bad. Okay. We're going to reverse to short tomorrow. But hogs are kind of ugly. Okay. And we thought that, but then we got the bicycle and we did okay. But again, we thought they were, a little bit overcooked to the upside. Pardon the pun. And the cattle markets look great. Okay. Look, at the end of the day, they look solid. It doesn't mean now, obviously, the caveat to all the agricultural goods is if we ever get another shutdown. But if we keep opening, you got football season around the corner. You understand the consumption of food that's going to take care of through football season as well as in basketball and hockey and baseball. So it's the more stadiums get open, the better off we are. And as we take a look at the softs, you've got cocoa, which we're long, was higher last week. You've got cotton, which is popping nicely, and we're long. Coffee, which we're still long, kind of quirky and kind of ugly. Okay, it had the major spike to the upside. I mean, it went up like 50 cents or 60 cents in 3 days, which is huge. I mean, it's a lot of money. And then promptly had to blow off and collapse, but it is now looks to have found potentially a base. Again, we're still long. And cocoa, I don't know if I said it, but we're still long. Sugar, we're still long, which broke out to new highs, which is good. So at the end of the day, okay, the softs look pretty good, which is not a real surprise. Lumber, however, looks like crap. Now we don't trade lumber; it's not liquid, but it is an economic sign to look at, and it looks horrible. Okay, and Bitcoin had a nice juicy up week. Now we said last week, watch the 30,000 level. That was a key level in our book to see if it held. Well, it's back over 40,000 right now. So, again, we're long the crypto, through the CME in the micro Bitcoin product. Okay. And we'll continue to stay there. Okay. I mean, again, look, at the end of the day, we're going to play the trend. It doesn't matter what the product is. Okay. So, we've got Jackson Hole, I think, is the next big step or the next big story that the Fed will discuss on tapering, all the things that could drive the markets and all the reasons they have waited so long to do the right thing. But they never do the right thing because they're a political organization now instead of the private corporation that they were supposed to be and they were designed as. So they're going to blow it. So whatever is the worst possible scenario, the Fed will play it out. This is Bubba's Bottom Line, Top Bubba Horowitz. We're going to step out of a break and we'll be back with my commentary right after the break. Well, everybody, yesterday I did a great hedging webinar. I thought it was one of my best ever, actually. But in the meantime, look, hedging your portfolio is very important. You can be in the market forever, never have to sell, accumulate, create, and never have to panic again. You want to listen to the recording? I'll be happy to send it to you. That's Bubba@BubbaTrading.com. I'll be happy to email you the recording. No problem. It's free, no cost, no obligation. Okay. In the meantime, our other brokerage partner again is Tradier, and that's for equities and options. And listen, Tradier is a great house. Okay, that has $10 a month commission, saves me 5 figures a month in commission. Okay. Plus the fact we've got their APIs, which allows us to automate our equity portfolios at no cost to you, at no additional commission. And that is, of course, your choice. You can stay where you're at. You don't have to move for us. We are only facilitating and offering you something in addition that is already part of your membership. And the hedging, it is an extra charge because hedging is a class that we teach. And then the software is an ongoing fee if you choose to automate. Now, you don't have to, and you can use the software without automation. Okay, you can get the signals if you want. That's all up to you. We require nothing other than you to be a member. Okay, what you do with that and how extensive you want to be, that is entirely up to you. But that is Trade Your Brokerage, and of course, Family Farms. What a great organization! I can't wait to go to the next conference. But actually, I'm looking forward to getting on the road with and to see some of the farmers. Of course, this time of year, nobody wants to see me anyways, unless it's a real rainy day that they can't do anything. But I love working with Family Farms and look forward to doing a lot more together with them because it is my concern and that I want to help farmers because they've been stomped on too many times by too many shady people, as they say. And our commodity report written by Andy Hecht. Look, Technimental is an unbelievable report. It's an unbelievable value. Plus, it ties in many of our algorithms, and there's trades that are live that CTG can trade for if you want. Okay. Check it out. BubbaTrading.com. Call Technimental in our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And again, as I told you earlier, I'm going to introduce this week a new physical gold, silver, and platinum and other dealer of metals that we have vetted and that we're very happy that I buy for myself. So when we get everything set up, I will include it in the daily update. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me and, of course, my commentary. Welcome back. It's Bubba's Bottom Line, and it is Sunday, August the 8th. And, well, as the Olympics wind down, to me, it has been a disgusting, disastrous, ugly situation for no reason. And I don't believe that if our athletes are going to act like idiots, okay, and bring their political views to the Olympics and disgrace the flag, okay, of which that is sponsoring them and which has fulfilled them with an opportunity to go to these games, I think they should be shut down. I don't. Megan Rapinoe, she's an idiot. Okay, and you can tell me all you want that it's free. It's free. Look, we are free. Colin Kaepernick was fine. I didn't like it, but it was fine. I never yelled at him for that. I didn't like it, but again, I'm not going to tell him he had the right. Okay, but when you're representing this country, you have no right to disrespect the country, the one that you are representing in the Olympic Games. You want to go represent somebody else? Move out. We don't need you here. You're not that good of an athlete to be here. Okay. I mean, this is our country, okay? And to be disgraced in front of the world from imbeciles that hate this country, don't stay here. Nobody needs you. Nobody wants you. Have a great weekend, everybody. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz. It is Sunday. Enjoy the week. Look, it's going to be treacherous out there. The markets were really a challenge. If you're trying to day trade or you're day trading with us, again, we're going to be very cautious and very careful because it's just too damn thin. Okay, there's just too many potholes on the way to victory. In the meantime, all of you have a great weekend. As always, thank you for listening. Any comments, fire them in. I can take it. I'm sure there'll be some hate mail this week. In the meantime, thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you back here again tomorrow with Bubba's Daily Update, but of course, next Sunday with another Bubba's Bottom Line. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.